For those of you who are homeowners and you have a tile roof, sooner or later you need to do maintenance work on the capping. And most homeowners would ask me, what sort of work do I need to do with my capping and why? Now, cappings on a tile roof are located in two basic regions of the roof. There's the capping on the ridge, the horizontal ridge, and then there are the cappings on the hips, which are the sloping sides of the roof. Now, on the main ridges, what usually happens is that when the bedding and pointing starts to crack, and if whip holes are required and the whip holes don't work, then seepage in through the cracks through the pointing will cause water to bank up and cause a leak. Now, that's the ridge. What about the hips? Well, whip holes aren't required on the hips because they've got a natural drainage system. So the problem at the hips are not with whip holes. The problem at the hips are usually because if the bedding and the pointing is actually not sticking to the edge of the capping, then the capping can really slide down the roof and leave a gap where the capping is. And because you've got a gap, obviously water can get in at the capping. Now, based on our experience, we find a lot more problems with the ridge section of the roof because of the whip holding. We don't see a lot of problems with the hips when the cracking on the bedding and the pointing isn't so bad. If the caps don't slide, then the hips are good. But there's always exceptions to the rule. Some hips leak, not because the capping is sliding off. The capping might be quite tightly bound to the roof. There are some hairline cracks on the pointing, and these hips leak. So why do they leak? Now, that's a question that's answered by this training video that we produced about leaks at the hips. This training is about leaks on the hips on a tile roof. Now, we all know that if a roof is put together properly, then it shouldn't leak. And the reason we would get a leak on a tile roof and the leak coming from the hip is that the hip hasn't been installed correctly. Now, when you do a hip on a tile roof, there's a few basic things that you have to abide by. And if you don't do these things, potentially you could get a leak from the hip. Now, most roof tilers, when they cut the tiles at a hip, can pretty well eye the cut-in. So they'll grab a tile and cut the tile, do a few trims, and the tile would kind of almost fit in that little triangular slot. Now, sometimes the cutting is a little bit off and the tile could be a little bit short. And sometimes the tiler decides, it's okay, I can put it in because the bedding will cover the tile. So this is how problems arise. So it's best if I illustrate it with a little story. So I got called up to look at this quite a new roof, and the owner said, yeah, no problems. We had the tile roof laid. The first 8 months, no problem, heavy rain, not a leak. And then we started getting leaks. And he said, I called the roofer back, the tiler came back, had a look. There was no obvious areas where the leak could have been coming in. So he said the roofer did a few things, put a bit of silicone on, but we could never get to the exact cause of the problem. And the leak is still happening. So every time it rains for a while, we get a leak. So clue number one, no leak when the roof is put on. So we would see that the tile roof has been installed, the hip has been installed, it's been bedded, then it's been pointed. Right? Once that's done, everything's really tight. The pointing has not started to crack, so everything's waterproof. So you get rain, whatever, and the water just sheds off because the hip is nice and waterproof. But as this owner said in this particular case, 8 months later, it started to leak. Now, what happens 8 months after a hip has been installed? Well, there's some movement, right? Always movement. And what happens with movement? You get a crack in the pointing. So the pointing along the hip cracks. So most roofers will look at it and say, it's not a real problem. The water gets in through the cracks, but it drains out again because the tiles at the hip have got a water course that catches the seepage water and then drains it out onto the next tile. So even if you get a crack on the bedding on the hip, you shouldn't get a leak. And that's the reason why no one could figure out why this particular roof was leaking, because everyone assumed that the hip was put together properly. So guys, if you go out looking at leaks and there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the tiles and there's a little bit of cracking along the pointing on the hips, take particular care. Now, when we had a look at this, you can see we went near the hip. We couldn't open the hip up because it was all pointed in nice and tight, so we didn't want to break anything. But if you have a look at this picture, you can see the double batten there. Notice that double batten, and we could see that the battens were wet, and we kind of made an educated guess that perhaps the hip was leaking and that's where the water was coming in. So when we eventually got to get back on the roof to do an actual repair, to take the ridge cap off to expose where the leak was coming from, guess what we found? Now look at the double batten, the batten that's been doubled up, and look at this tile. Now the tile's been cut pretty good, but you see that part of the water course on this tile has been knocked off. So you've only got half a water course on this tile. And if you imagine the tile's gone in, there's another little triangle tile put on top, and then the bedding goes over the top of that. But what happens is that when the pointing cracked and the water seeped in, the water got in behind the bedding and then it drifted down the hip. Now, if the water course was along the full length of that tile, then that water would have been caught by the water course and drained out, and you wouldn't have had a leak. In this particular instance, just because the water course had been chipped, I think, when the tiler cut the triangular tile at the hip, he managed just to nick a little bit off the water course. So this particular tile worked when the pointing was working, but as soon as the pointing failed, water got in. So this example clearly shows that when you go and cut a tile under the hip, it's got to be cut properly. You've got to take particular care to cut that tile, because if you don't, then potentially down the track you'll get a leak, and the only way that you can fix it is to rip the whole hip off to figure out which part of the hip is leaking, and then waste a lot of time and effort to put it back together again properly. Now, just to reinforce the problems you can get at the hips if you don't cut the tiles properly and you don't in fact bed the tiles properly, we went on another roof where they had a leak, and a fairly old terracotta roof, and I took a little video when I was on the roof and when I lifted the ridge capping off because the ridge capping was loose. You can see that also in this instance the tile wasn't cut properly. It was in fact cut a little bit too short, and to compound that problem, when the roof tiler came back and bedded the hip, it put too much bedding in, and because this short tile was overbedded, there was no tile left to drain the water down to the next downstream tile, and this caused a leak into the roof. So it's important that you need to cut your tiles fairly close to the hip board, because this tile has to go there, and if you imagine the tile went there, there's plenty of space to put that in, and the water will drift down onto that water course, and then because this has been cut correctly, this tile's been cut correctly long enough, water goes in there and then it'll come out the water course. So the idea is the water keeps running down into here and down. This, for instance, right, water goes in there, but it goes down there, water runs along there,
right along there, then it goes over. So this tile is faulty because it really should be cut all the way there to catch that water and drain it all the way to here and then out. So you can use this as an example. This is cut almost at the right length. If it was cut to there, it's going to be good, but it's cut right there, which works because you can see the water dribbling down there. There it comes to there, right? And then it's got an opportunity to run out this water course, or it can actually run over down here and then into the next water course.
So the lesson is, when you cut roof tiles at a hip, take particular care to cut the roof tile as close as possible to the hip board. And that gives you a much larger margin of error when after you bed the hip and you get cracks along the pointing and the water gets in. There's always extra tile length to catch the water and then drain the water back out. So as you can see, hip leaks can be quite tricky. So if you have a relatively new roof and you've got a leak somewhere around your hip area and there's no other reasons why it should be leaking, then perhaps we need to have to take all the capping off to expose where the leak is coming from, and it's bound to be something that the tiler hasn't done properly when he constructed the hip. So it just shows that a leak at the hip can be a tricky problem to solve.